Martins.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. What is happening? What is happening? Welcome to another episode 11 of Grassroot Chats. We are still going strong with me, the host, MC SaabiiBoi. And ladies and gentlemen, I must say, my co-host, Mr. Dwayne P. Frank, is now on Instagram. Yay.
What's this all about?
Yes. Look
Yeah.
at him. He can spread his betting tips and all his punditry and all that on Insta. So it'd be good. Welcome to Instagram, Mr. Dwayne P. Frank. And
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Don't know how to use it too tough yet, not gonna lie to you, but that will come all in
that's
good
good.
time.
That's good. It'll come in good time, as you say. I like it. It'll come in good time, as you say. Anyways, how's your week been? All good?
So far, so good. Obviously got to spend a little bit of time with my boys. Fresh trim,
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
fresh. I'm all right still. I'm all right still. Do you know
That
what I
is,
mean? Even rocking my Adidas tops today. Do you know what I mean?
I'm, uh, I'm
Courtesy of
happy for you,
Snowfall.
man. I'm happy for you, man.
Courtesy of Snowfall. Do you know what I mean?
You're
Watch it.
feeling good,
Netflix, Prime, whatever.
feeling good, speaking good. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
I see you're looking fresh as well. What's that?
Man,
Skin fade?
man. Some of us, this thing's natural, baby. Natural. You
Uh,
know what I mean? Natural. We don't no effort. We just wake up from sleep and this is how it goes. This is how it goes.
okay.
All right, man. Unfortunately, we happen to fortunately and unfortunately, we happen to listen to certain pundits in this wonderful game of football. And yesterday was a conversation between two gentlemen, one Scouser, one Mancunian, talking
Mm.
about the possible or what they felt was going to be the best English team to go out to the Euros at the moment. Now,
Yeah.
certain things caught my eye, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who, when this situation came out, he sent me messages just to understand. So the Scouser, of course, is Mr. Jamie Carragher, and of course, the
Yep.
Mancunian is our good friend, man like Gary. And the thing that,
Your good friend.
well, yeah, my good friend, yeah. Well, he doesn't know we're friends yet. Maybe one day. And one of the things that caught my eye or caught my attention was they picked out a team with no Maddison and no Danny Ings in that team.
Hmm.
Also, no Sancho. And there was a debate about if Trent Arnold, Alexander Arnold
That's his name. Yeah.
should actually make the team. So I have my opinions of this. And first of all, what I don't understand is how can you pick an English team right now with no Maddison and Ings? What do you think? Please try and make me understand where those two men were coming from.
Right. See, the thing is with the England team right now, I guess what they're trying to imply is that they're going on form, right? So first things first, the Ings situation is very very difficult because Ings is a potent striker. We know that, but he's up against man like Kane, man like world class Kane. Certain man's like he's the king of North London, isn't he? That's what he is. Like he's like the best striker to come out of North London since man like Thierry Henry. So to get Ings into this squad is going to be incredibly difficult. Let alone into this team because you've got people who can interchange, and that seems to be the way that England are playing at the moment, where they're interchanging with Sterling 1 minute he's up there, and Kane's up there, then Kane's dropping deep. We know when Rashford's fit, Rashford could interchange and get up there as well. Um, it's difficult to get Ings in there, right? Then you've got Watkins, who's had a relatively good season. You know, Arguably, should he have been in there ahead of Bamford? I don't even know. Personally, I would have taken Bamford over Watkins. I'm a Villa fan, you know. But then Watkins goes and gets his debut goal, so now he's probably going to be solidified into the next squad. There's so many factors as to why I can understand why Ings isn't in there.
Well, so you have said there's so many factors. You actually haven't explained any because we were looking at form. We were looking at form. How many of these strikers that I've mentioned are actually that have more form than Danny Ings? So there's Harry Kane, who's the highest goal scorer at the moment. You
Hmm.
have Watkins, you have Bamford. You mentioned Watkins, you mentioned Bamford, you mentioned
Yeah.
Rashford. Rashford, as we know, is not somebody that will go and play down the middle or play top nine for England. He'll probably come in as a forward or a winger.
Yeah,
As
he
Frank
will.
Bond
So
explained.
was Sterling. So was
Yeah,
Sterling.
Sterling and all that. So with Rashford, it's I mean he has the ability of being you know kind of a forward utility kind of player. Kind of. He can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play down the middle if he wants.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
The interchange.
but other than Harry Kane as a striker in down the middle, I think Danny Ings is number two. I think he has had a better season, and we're looking at form and stats. I think he has had a better season than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think he's had a better season than Watkins. I think he's had a better season than Bamford. I think he has had a better season than probably even better season than Rashford in terms of actually goal scoring and moving forward. So what I don't understand is, and if you look at Ings' work rate when he plays for Southampton, is he's pretty almost sometimes depending on the teams they play box to box. He pretty much drops very deep to get the ball, and that's because of the way Southampton plays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You saw him against Burnley this weekend, and he could do it left, right, as a left, right, left foot, right foot, header. He's fast. He's. I mean, he has been in form. As I think he's only had one down period, and that's because he was injured. So I don't
Hmm, hmm.
understand why after Harry Kane, especially if you're looking at form. I mean, first of all, shout out to Southgate because what Southgate does is that he's actually the first English manager I've ever known to give a lot of people a chance. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because he came from that under 21 setup where he believes in the whole slowly the players will get to a point, so they go through the whole transformation period, and I think he tries to implement that coming into the national team. But if, according to Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, I don't understand why Ings will not be on anybody's list in the entire country.
Do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I even forgot about Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Right? I said until you just said the name. So that's another person who, of course, is in the forefront right now ahead of Ings. You know, Tammy Abraham has dropped off a little bit, but we can't forget about Tammy Abraham because, as you just rightfully said, 100% agree with you. Southgate loves the youth. He has no issue bringing and blooding them through. So we can't take Tammy Abraham out of the situation. If Tammy Abraham goes on a run, Ings could fall even further back. I don't know if Ings is Southgate's boy. Do you know what I mean? You can
So
be on point, but you might not be Southgate's boy.
okay, so let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question because you seem to be going around in circles with this situation. If you are picking an English team right now, would you pick Danny Ings in the team as one of your strikers? Because you have thrown in Tammy Abraham, who I actually haven't seen that guy play for a very long time. So you're
Hmm.
throwing in Tammy Abraham and all these guys.
Yeah.
If you are picking a team for England right now, first of all, what strikers would you pick and under what criteria? Because to you,
Do you mean England 11,
no, no,
or you?
just the strikers. If just tell me the
How many
strikers.
strikers? How many strikers am I taking?
I don't know. You're the manager. Tell me how many strikers do you want to take?
Okay, so I'm taking three strikers.
Um,
Right.
three strikers.
So
Okay.
three strikers. Yeah. I'm excluding forwards. Yeah. Sterling and Rashford and them guys.
No, no,
Is that it?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. You're the manager. Just tell me what you want, and I'll
All
answer
right.
the question if I'm the manager.
All right. So I'm taking Kane.
Okay.
I'm taking Calvert Lewin,
Okay.
and I'm probably going to take Watkins.
You're taking Watkins, Kane, and Calvert-Lewin. So
Hmm.
okay, and this is based on what criteria, please?
I'm taking Kane because he's the all-round striker, the all-round evolved world-class striker that he is right now.
Okay.
I'm taking Calvert Lewin because Calvert Lewin has evolved under Ancelotti to be the arguably the number one 6-yard box predator, aka Francis Jeffers. And I'm taking Watkins because if you're talking about that work rate and that hold-up play, Watkins can do it just as well as Ings. So I'm definitely taking them as well. So they've got three different things that they're bringing to the table there.
So you're taking Watkins because he can do the work you just described just as well as Ings.
Correct.
Just as well is not better though. So we are you taking him because he can do it at the same level as Ings, or you're taking it because he's better than Ings? Because I don't understand. Because if you as a manager and if you've mentioned that you're taking Harry Kane, no argument, no doubt.
Hmm.
Possibly, arguably the second best striker in the world after Lewandowski.
Hmm.
So there's no argument. His name should be on the list. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Well, good form. He hasn't scored in a while, but good form. He's had a good season, and as you said, he's actually very good in the box.
Mm.
Ollie Watkins, though, you take Ollie Watkins over Danny Ings,
I think he sneaks in on merit.
and then
I think he sneaks in on merit.
If he sneaks in on merit, then why is Danny Ings out of the team? Manager Dwayne P. Frank.
Right, because I personally feel, forget me being a Villa fan, I think Watkins overall has had a better season than Ings.
Wow. Well,
this is my opinion. I'm telling you straight.
I'm happy you're telling me straight and not bent or in any other form, but it still doesn't mean I have to agree with you. That is
no, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. If you're talking about this heading, the bravery, left foot, right foot, they both do the same thing.
No, they wouldn't. Danny Ings is way above Ollie Watkins, way above. There is no way.
I'm not going to 100% agree with that. I think he's definitely more proven in a Premiership.
Okay.
More proven, 100%. I agree with that. But on the national front, what has Danny Ings done more than Ollie Watkins?
On the national front?
Mm-hmm. What's he done?
First of all, that comparison is just very funny, considering the fact that Ollie Watkins has played one game for England. One.
Exactly. Exactly.
And he has
How many more games has Ings played?
And he has scored a goal. I'm not.
How many more games has Ings played?
I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely more than one. And if you want to use stats, yeah, if you want to start throwing in numbers and asking me how many more games has Ings played, Ings has played more games and has probably scored more English goals than Ollie Watkins.
Of course he has. He must have done, because if he hasn't, then something's wrong.
Yeah. So what I don't understand is, you're actually telling me reasons why Ings is better, but yet you're taking Ollie Watkins because you feel he's better.
He's had a better season.
No, he hasn't.
I'm going. This is my opinion. I'm telling you straight. In my opinion, I feel Watkins overall has had a better season. This is just what I'm saying. We don't have to always agree, and I'm calm.
And this has nothing to do with the fact that you're a Villa fan. This is just what you've seen so far.
Bruvs, I'm gonna buy you Johnson & Johnson cotton buds. I clearly said to you, okay, put the fact that I'm a Villa fan to one side.
Yeah, you said that doesn't mean right? I can't question it though. You're picking.
No. But I'm telling you straight,
picking
that I'm not
Ollie
doing
Watkins over Ings.
Yes, I am. I'm picking him over Ings. I'm 100% picking him over Ings on this form.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Now, the issue with Maddison, on the other hand,
okay.
The thing with the problem with Maddison is that he's up against what looks like James Ward-Prowse. That's what it looks like for the squad. I'm talking about getting to the 11 for the squad. And for whatever reason, right now, you've got to say Ward-Prowse has evolved the season as well. You've got to say that.
I'm confused how you mistake evolution for form. I'm actually confused how you actually think
James Ward-Prowse has always had good form. He's always had good form.
Because you think a player has improved over the years. I'm not arguing with Ward-Prowse's form. I'm not arguing, but then you use the term evolve. Maddison.
Yes, he has.
And Maddison hasn't?
No.
Yeah, Maddison. No. So Maddison is the same player.
He's the same as last season. He's the same as last season. There's nothing different.
He already has 6 more goals this season than he had last season, and you said it's not.
Congratulations! He scored more goals.
Is that not different?
At the end of the day,
is that not different though?
Like, so different.
No.
So hold on. Let me get it straight. No. Because you scored more goals,
is that not different? Because the question I asked you was very simple. I saying, are you saying there's no difference between Maddison last season? You said yes, and I just told you there are 6 goals, and you're telling me his goals different. Right, of course, it's different.
Fine. He scored more goals. Congratulations.
Is that not an
improvement? Does that make him a different player?
Answer the question. Is that not an improvement?
That's an improvement in goals. And does that improve him as a player overall?
And of course, oh my God. So an improvement from a midfielder that has scored 6 more goals in the Leicester team. You're saying it has not improved. It has not made him improve as a player.
As a player, no.
Sorry, what happened?
So because you score more goals, you improve as a player.
Of course.
That makes no sense.
Of course you improve as a player.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me get this straight.
An argument. So
let me get this straight.
You, as a player,
so you got Cavani. You got Cavani, yeah? right?
Cavani,
And let's
yeah.
say, for example, Cavani scores 10 goals last season, yeah? But
Okay,
then next season, he scores, let's say he scores 16, right?
okay.
That just means that he's improved as a player just because he scored more goals.
Jesus Christ. And you think it
I'm
doesn't?
talking about his overall attributes. James Maddison, there's nothing different about him. If we're talking about improvement as a player, we talk about
Wow.
Harvey Barnes. That's a different story. But if we're talking about improvement as an overall player, is
So,
Maddison? No.
so what you're saying is that if you add more goals to your tally one season after the other, you haven't improved as a player. What have you? You've only improved as a goal scorer.
Exactly. There's a
Yeah. Oh
difference.
God, have mercy, Lord.
There's a
So
difference.
you're taking one aspect out and saying, "Yeah, okay, you have improved with this, but other than that, there's nothing better."
That's what I'm saying. If we're talking about, has he scored more goals? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that he's an improved player.
Jesus Christ. Anyways,
People around
so
him may have assisted and he may have scored more goals.
we
It may be a situation where he scored more penalties or whatever. All those factors may come into it.
he hasn't.
Congratulations.
He's first of all, he's not the penalty taker for
I
Leicester.
never said he was.
No,
I'm just
no,
giving you an example.
I am giving you the clear reason why he has scored better goals. His movement has improved. He's even said it that he had to work with the coaching staff to get into the box even more. He had to read the play to understand where he needed to push forward and come back. And you're telling me that's not an improvement for a player that didn't score as much goals?
Yes, that all round makes
It's
you an
not an
improved player.
improvement.
But you mentioned about goals.
Yes,
Just
because
because you score more goals does
my
not make
good
you an
God,
improved player.
I have just broken it down to you why he has scored more goals. Because I gave you the end product and said, oh, he has scored more goals. You say, oh, goals not enough. I've just broken it down and given you the reason as to why he scored those goals. The reason why he has an eye for a goal. And you think that's not an improvement, but you think, oh, yeah, it's just goals. But anyways, before we go round and round the circles again, so you think Maddison's competition is Ward-Prowse, and you also
Yes.
believe Ward-Prowse has evolved and is a better player, so Ward-Prowse should go into the squad before Maddison. Yes, that is absolute wonderful punditry, Mr. Dwayne Frank. So you're 100% you agree with Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville in the sense that those two shouldn't make the team then.
What, the squad or the team?
Well, okay, sorry, the squad.
The squad. I
Yeah,
think James should go. Maddison, no.
James should go. You don't say James Maddison.
Sorry, apology. James Ward-Prowse. James Maddison should not go.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I apologize. I forget they're
And
both James, in it.
Ings shouldn't go as well.
I wouldn't take him.
So you would. So that's what I'm saying. So you agree with Carragher and you agree with Gary Neville then.
I do.
Okay, cool. So that is very very interesting and very good to know. It's amazing, man. Apparently, goals don't make you a better player. Good to know.
It doesn't.
Good to know.
It doesn't.
And this is the thing now. I wish you see. I've never been, as you know, I've never been one to look at stats and blah blah. But actually, in terms of stats, I actually want to bring it up between Ings and because according to you, they're picking these players based on form. So the best way to look at form is the stats, right? Right?
Go on,
No?
listen.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to like save this. This wonderful for when the lads come in next time because it would be good to understand, a broader perspective. But anyways, if we go back to the conversation between our good friends, Trent Alexander Arnold. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to say that guy's name. So him. Now, the art of defending is, as it says, defending. But for some reason, when a lot of people talk about Trent, they always talk about his forward play. Rarely ever talk about his defending. And there is, as Jimmy Carragher described him as, the right back Kevin De Bruyne, which is wonderful. And he plays
Mm.
for a team in Liverpool that actually suits him going forward, giving those assists, crossing the ball. But his defense skill set is very questionable. And
Mm-hmm,
when you
mm-hmm.
look at it, when you look at the right backs in the country, so you look at Wan-Bissaka, you look at Reece James, you look at who else is out there? Let's throw in Trent. You look at what's the boy, the kid's name in Brighton? He's injured now, but
Lamptey.
Lamptey. You look at Lamptey. You look who else is out there? Right back,
Carl
like
Walker.
Kyle Walker, Trippier, and you look at all these guys. Now, Trent should make the squad because he gives you a different dimension when it comes to a different style of play. But I've never understood why, for a defender, the first thing a lot of people mention is his attacking play. Why? I know the modern game has evolved to the sense that, oh yeah, you have to push forward, you have to do this. But then, as a defender that can't defend, mm, do you? What do you think about that? Because I think, man, you can be as wonderful going forward, do everything that you need to do, but you should be able to defend because that's where you play. But for some reason, people talk about his attacking play more. What do you think about Trent? And would he start? Would he be in the starting team for the Euros if you were manager Dwayne P. Frank?
Here we go. So, first things first, shock factor. Trent wouldn't make my squad.
Okay, why?
So, I would take 3 guys. Okay, now, I, funny enough, it's difficult to figure out which 3, but I think I've got an idea.
Okay.
Kyle Walker, I'm 100% taking, right?
Mhm.
I'm taking 3 right backs. Kyle Walker, I'm taking because I can play him at right back, and I can play him as the right hand side of a back 3 pairing. Right, that's the first thing. I'm taking Kieran Trippier because Kieran Trippier can cover the right back as well as the left back position. So I'm taking him. Just as much as Alexander-Arnold can get forward and put crosses in and take 3 quicks, is the same way Trippier can do that. I'm sure he did the same thing and banged in a goal in the World Cup. So I'm taking Kieran Trippier. The third right back, I'm not sure about. I would basically be choosing between Wan-Bissaka, who, in my opinion, is the best one-on-one right back England have, or Reece James, who is a little bit bulkier and can get up and down as well, just like Trent Alexander-Arnold or what's his name, Trippier guy, and a Kyle Walker as well, who can get up and down. Right. So for me, I don't need to be taking Trent Alexander-Arnold personally. I'm taking 3 of them 4. That's what I'm doing. And
Yes.
I think they made a brilliant point last night, Carragher and Neville, and I 100% second it because they talked about getting into the knockout stages and the fact that, you know, if you are one of them devastating wingers, you know, a Dembele or Cristiano Ronaldo and all these guys, you want to come up against Trent Alexander-Arnold because you know his weakness is 100% his defending, as you rightfully pointed out. So for me, yeah, he's great when you're playing San Marino and Kosovo and so on and so forth. But when you're playing Germany, Holland up against, remember, can you imagine Depay up against Alexander-Arnold? He's putting on his napkin. He's got his knife and fork and he's saying, feed me, give me the ball, right? Because 2 things are going to happen. Either 1, you're going to blitz past him because we know Trent Alexander is not the greatest at one-on-one defending, or B, is going to leave you bare space because he is going to get forward and you're just going to counter-attack. So for me, I'm not even taking the guy. Forget even talking about starting 11. He's not even getting in my squad.
Do you think one of the reasons why over the years, because he's only he's less than 23 years old, right? So
Something like that.
do you think part of the reason his defensive game hasn't actually improved over time is because of the way Liverpool plays? Because he's a very big outlet for Liverpool, and they want him to always take the ball. If you notice, they always want the left Robertson to go down the flank, and they want Trent to go down. So do you
Yeah.
think his defending hasn't actually improved massively because of the way Liverpool plays? Because if he played for a more compact team, for example, do you think his defending would have improved, or he would have had to make his defending improve?
I think it's a 2-part answer, as in his defending hasn't needed to improve, especially over the last couple of seasons. What I mean by that is inside him, he's had Van Dijk, he's had Joe Gomez, he's had Matip, he's had some serious defenders inside him, right? He's had some leaders inside him. Matip, as much as he gets injured, is a leader. Van Dijk, enough said. Gomez, not leader yet, but he's very, very secure. Okay. Now he's with Kabak, he's with Nathaniel Phillips, and that mixed race dude, I forget his name. There's a next guy in it that they have. Right. But right now they're playing Kabak and they're playing Phillips at the moment. Right. Now Kabak and Phillips, if I remember rightly, they're about 21 and 19 years of age. Okay, you're gonna tell Trent Alexander-Arnold, get your ass back here. Is he gonna listen to you? He's gonna kiss his teeth and tell you to move, bruvs. Right? Can you imagine if he's got Gomez or Matip or Van Dijk? They're telling him, get your ass back here and what have you. So when you have someone like those guys, right, Rolls Royce defending, are you going to really improve? You don't really need to, because you don't need to be there. You got free reign, you know? So I get that side of it. But if he was like Lamptey and he went to Brighton or whatever, 100% he's got to learn how to defend, because you cannot be leaving Ben White, no disrespect, Dunks, Burns, these mans. You can't be leaving these guys at the back. You expose like any man's business. No. 100%, I agree with you with this one for sure. If he went to another club, a so-called lesser club, sorry Brighton, Arsenal, these lesser clubs, right? If he went to these sort of guys, then yeah, you got to learn. You got to learn. You don't want to get me started on Arsenal the other day. You see what Gabriel did. See what Leonard. Oh Lord, give me strength. But that's for another day. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 100%. This guy, he would improve if he goes to a lesser club, but he will never go there now.
Well, okay, it's all good. So, but since we've actually gone down the road to understand exactly what was spoken about yesterday. So, just to end this segment and this sector, manager Dwayne P. Frank, could I please have your list of 23 players that you take to the tournament? So you've already
23.
Yeah, you've already mentioned that you take 3 strikers, and you said Kane, Watkins, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You've already said, and then you take Trippier, Walker.
Well, we have to count this. We have to count this.
So that's 5 players. That's 5 players. You're not sure who you're taking between Wan-Bissaka and Reece James. So who are you taking between those two?
I'm taking. I'm taking Wan-Bissaka. So I need a number 1-to-1 defender.
Okay, so that's 6 players. So we have another what's it called? Another how many? 17 players left. So yep, can you tell me the 17? Because you now have your 3 right backs and you have your 3 strikers. So who else is in the team?
Right. So I'm taking. Right, you're gonna count them, yeah?
Yeah, yep. It was 6 at the moment. Yep.
Right. So I'm taking Pope for sure.
Nick Pope, yep.
Nick Pope.
Keeper, yep.
I'm taking Henderson.
Henderson.
I think he's done enough. Okay. Just about.
Okay.
I have to take the baller Pope. I mean, the baller Pickford, innit? Got to take the baller, innit?
So that's 9 players.
Man like picks, innit? He's got to go, right?
Yep. So now, that's 9 players.
On the left-hand side, here's the problem. Now, I've got Trippier there anyway, so he can play left or right. See, the thing is, I personally think Trippier is a better defender than the likes of Chilwell.
Yeah, you've already taken Trippier, though, so you have 9 players.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so let's take Chilwell.
10.
Jeez. No. Scrap that.
Okay.
Take out Chilwell. Let's take Luke Shaw.
10, yep.
That's 10, yeah?
Yep.
I might come back to that side. I'm not sure yet. Harry Maguire has to go.
Okay, 11.
And I don't give a toss what anyone says. Konsa has to go. I'm sorry. Konsa's been arguably one of the best defenders in the Premiership. Konsa. Right?
12.
You pick your nose as much as you want. Drink your whiskey. Right? So, Konsa has to go.
Okay.
John Stones.
13.
Trying to think who the England defenders are. I'll take. No. Do I need him? You know what? Yeah. I'll take Mings for balance. Right?
14.
Now, midfield. Ward-Prowse goes.
Okay. 16.
If fit, Declan Rice goes.
17.
Who's even England's midfielders? This is what happens when you're not an England fan. Calvin Phillips. Let's put him in for now.
18.
I don't even know England players, man. This is bad. Let me come back to that area. Rashford.
19.
You know what? No. Scrap it. Go back. Right.
Okay.
Grealish.
19, yeah.
Sancho.
20.
Sterling.
21. Two more players.
Rashford.
22.
And Saka.
So, okay, cool.
This is off the top of my head. I may have forgotten or completely missed players like Foden them guys. But right now, I can't think. I ain't got a list in front of me, so I can't look at it properly. But that's off the top of my head because I need versatility because I know man's going to get injured.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you've had it. That's manager Dwayne Frank's England team for the Euros with Saka and all that. I mean, he's taking one left back in Luke Shaw, but he's, as he says, Trippier can play both sides, so it's all good. It's all good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming home, man. Dwayne Frank is going to bring the cup home with that wonderful.
It's not coming home anywhere, bro. I'll tell you that for free.
Coming home. Oh well, moving on. The Champions League is back, and we have Real Madrid, Liverpool. And personally,
a few minutes, man.
As much as I hate to say it, I actually think Liverpool should win the Champions League this season.
The whole thing?
Yes. So I think they'll get past Liverpool and Real Madrid, and I think they should get to the final and they should win the cup. However, what I want to understand is there are rumors, or very little rumors, about Salah being unhappy in Liverpool. And I'm really trying to understand what exactly is making him unhappy. He's playing well, he's scoring goals. He's the lead player for the current English champions at the moment. If it is true that he does leave Liverpool, where can Salah actually go? And where will he go to continue his wonderful form as he has been for the past couple of years in England? And where do you actually see him playing in terms of country?
See, the problem with Salah is when your class is world class, you only have a limited amount of clubs you can actually go to.
Okay.
Right. But the only issue that he has is if teams already have players in your position. It's a big issue. Now, where can he go? Take Bayern out of it. I can't see Salah in Germany, right? I don't see him in Germany, so let's scrap that.
Why don't you see him in Germany?
I don't feel like I don't. Right, I can't see him at Bayern Munich. There's only one place he can go is Bayern Munich. The way that the Bundesliga teams are structured. He's not going to go RB Leipzig because they're all about youth. He's not going to go Borussia Dortmund because they're all about youth, right? If I remember rightly, Salah's about 28 now, roughly. Yeah?
Yep, I think about 27, 28.
Around that sort of area. Now,
yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's called Grassroot Chats. We're all about couch conversations and not drawing up stats and ages. But don't worry, I think we might have to start doing that. But yeah.
Whatever, right? Now, he'll be right up against Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané is the prince right now, right? Leroy Sané is even giving Thomas Muller serious issues in getting into this team. Salah, as much as Salah is going to bring a lot to the table, Sané is the future for Bayern. So I'm disregarding Bayern. Is he going to go back to Serie A? If he goes back to Serie A, it would be beautiful to see him with Juventus. I would love to see him at Juventus and nowhere else. I don't want to see him at Internazionale. I don't want to see him at Lazio. I don't want to see him at Roma and all these guys. I don't want to see him return. Right? I only want to see him at Juve. I would love to see Cristiano on one side, Salah on the other side. Hoi! Serious business. I would like to see that. I don't see that happening. Barcelona, they're on the verge of re-signing Ousmane Dembele right now. They've got Griezmann. Here's the thing. What do you do with Griezmann? So I guess Salah can take that position, but right now Griezmann's playing through the middle. Are you going to put Salah through the middle? Because Messi, it looks like, might just stay for another year depending on what the president brings to the table. Then you've got the Real Madrid situation. Zidane is massive on Vinicius. So, do you know what? It's very difficult to figure out where he would go. Paris Saint-Germain, I don't see that happening. They can throw the money at him, but I don't see it happening. Although it would be beautiful to see, Mbappe, Neymar, Salah, Icardi, that'd be ridiculous. But then you got to get the balance for the midfield. I'm not sure the best club for Salah to go to at all. But for his style of football, the closest, maybe Real Madrid. Would I take him to Barcelona? I don't think he would play their style of football. The same way it's taken a while for Griezmann to get involved with their style of football. They're only just giving him applause to say, you know what, you're getting used to it now. I don't know, man. I don't think Salah is the right place for Barcelona. Closest for me is Real Madrid.
So basically,
I'm sorry it's taking me time, but you have to think about this one, man.
Okay, so you're saying, so based on what you've thrown out there, so you think his best fit will be Real Madrid?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly don't even understand why he wants to leave Liverpool. You're playing well, you're scoring goals, highest goal scorer, at least for the past 2 seasons for Liverpool. You've won the league, you've won the Champions League. What possible reason do you have for leaving the team? Because unless you're okay, some players are happy that, oh, I've given my all to this club, I've given them opportunities, maybe it's time to move forward. As you say, he's what, 27, 28, he's getting to that
Peak
period.
time.
Getting that period of, I need to sign my next, I don't know, 4 or 5 year contract, and hopefully things go good and all that. So, and at the form here he's on, he possibly would always want to go to a team that he will at least compete for trophies. So
yeah, 100%.
Of course, Spain, you have the Barcelona, and you have the Real Madrid. In Italy, Inter Milan, Juve. Germany, Bayern Munich. France,
And Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich.
France, PSG. And those are the only leagues he can possibly go to. Or he could go to Man City. He could, I mean, just throwing it out there, he could go to
That's
Man
a
City.
serious curveball. I did not think about that.
Yep,
I did not think about that whatsoever. I'll tell you for free, if he goes to Man City, I'm turning off the TV for the Premiership. There's no point even watching it. Right? It's the same way if I see Messi turn up at Man City. There's no point watching the Premiership. It's just about taking advantage of all the predictions in it. So for me, that's not a bad shout. I just don't see Man City being and having that audacity to go after him. Because if I'm Salah now, I've won everything, yeah? The only thing he hasn't won is World Player of the Year. To win that World Player of the Year, you need to be in Spain. Really and truly, you need to be in Spain, right? Unless you're Lewandowski. Lewandowski is probably going to win it this year, I think, right? But for me, that's the only thing that he has left to win. And to do that, you need to be in that world limelight. I'm not saying you're not in the world limelight with Liverpool, but I don't want to say he's gone stale, because you're right, 100%. He's still banging in the goals. He's still doing what he was doing. Some people were saying that he's had a frail season. My guy's isn't he still top goal scorer?
No, Harry Kane is the top goal scorer at the moment. But I mean,
where's Salah? What, top 3, top 2?
I think he's top 4. I think he has about 14, 15 goals, which
okay,
is
right.
Which is not bad considering the fact that he still have 18 goals, and Liverpool actually, you still have 8 games left, and Liverpool actually went through a slight, dent. So
a serious dip, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So he's still on form. I mean, he has gotten to the level, as you say, he's world class. He has gotten to the level where he's going to the level that if he scores anything less than 15 goals, we look at him and go, you've had a bad
What's going on?
Yeah, there's something.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
He plays well. I mean, I think it's going to the point that it's so normal now. I mean, the goal he scores against Arsenal, he pretty much just pushes the ball, pushes, and just hits it with his right leg, and then he scores.
Yeah, but now Arsenal, man, they're going through. I don't know. They're taking over my Dudu Lingard, in it. They're taking over it. As I said before, Arsenal for me, they are back where they were when they just bought Ian Wright. That's where they are. Okay, I'm not joking. I'm not mocking them or anything along those lines. It's just a serious transitional phase that they're going to have to go through to get back to that elite level it's going to take them time. You know, you might as well have Andy Lindigan and Ian Selly back and Steve Bold. Like, I'm not making a joke. It's just where they are right now. It is what it is, but it's not about them right now. Salah, for me, he can only go to. You know what? The good place for him would be Real Madrid, because then he can do what Eden Hazard is not doing, because Eden Hazard is hardly ever fit. There's a space for Salah to get into.
We'll see what happens. As I said, I honestly, it's one of those that I just Chinese whispers at the moment. I don't understand why you want to leave Liverpool, especially because of the player you become there. But if he does go, it'll be interesting to see. I think he'll probably better any team he goes to, and he probably will continue unless some voodoo happens the same way the voodoo has happened to Hazard. Well, moving on to the third and final segment of this show is to talk about. So Dwayne and I play for the same Saturday League football. Haggerstein 8 aside. We both came up with 2 assists, an assist each this last weekend. Classic. I mean, my assist was better, but hey, it's okay.
Your assist was better.
Yeah,
but the overall, the goal that I was involved with was better.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll give him that. We'll give him that. Yeah. Well said. Well said. So now, one of the chats and bans that we have, Dwayne being an Aston Villa fan, and he comes up with a good point. He says if Grealish leaves Villa at the end of the season, Villa is going to go down, or he believes Villa is going to struggle really badly. So now my question is this: Grealish hasn't played for Villa for the past couple of games, and they've been doing well. They've had a few.
No, we haven't.
They've had a few draws. What was your result the last 4 games?
Last 4 games.
Actually, let's. Grealish hasn't played. When's the last time Grealish played?
Grealish hasn't played in about 6-7 games. We've lost 3. We've lost 3, drawn 2, 1-1. Something along those lines.
No, I don't think so. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is one that I definitely have to pull out the stats because.
Yeah, throw it up.
Let's see.
Actually, no. Oh yeah. Somehow we beat Leeds. I don't even know how we beat them, but we beat them. So yeah, we've won 2 games, Leeds and Fulham. We got dealt with well a couple of times. I think we got a draw as well. Something along them lines.
Okay. So now, but if we continue, while I'm picking up the stats, if we continue to look at this, if Grealish does leave, the hunt from Manchester United seems to have died down. I don't see him going abroad. So if he does leave Villa, what team do you think he'll go to? That's one. And then why are you so certain that Villa will go down if he's not there? Yes, he's been the talisman, he's been the best player. Everything has gone through him. But I see for the past couple of games that there must have been that possibility that other players are stepping up. Since he's not there, let's try and have life without Grealish. So where do you think he will go to? And why do you think Villa will go down?
You know what? I think this guy could actually end up at Liverpool,
Really?
I actually think this guy could end up at Liverpool. Liverpool, as strange as this may sound, they've been a bit stale in that front line. They've been a bit stale. Jota has obviously brought a bit of life to it. Salah is still Salah. Mane has not had the best season in the world. Firmino has not had the best season in the world either. Normally we see, even though Firmino doesn't score goals, there's a lot more assists, there's a lot more involvement. It's not been there. Do not be surprised if the likes of Liverpool come in. How interesting would it be? Like tonight, for example, Jota's playing through the middle. He's taken Firmino's place. And I think that will continue throughout next season as well. Don't be surprised. How interesting would it be to see Salah on one side, Grealish on the other side, Jota through the middle? You might see something. I don't know. Like, for me, that's fresh, man. Can I see it at Man City? No, I don't see him at Man City. I kind of, in a weird way, agree with Guardiola. I don't know if they need another striker. There's whispers about Ings going there, but do they need another striker? Don't forget they've got Sterling who interchanges. They've got Ferran Torres. Everyone seems to have forgotten about. Obviously Gabriel Jesus is there as it is. There's talk about them bringing Mans through the ranks. If they're going to bring Mans through the ranks, then they're going to bring through Rory Delap's son, who plays up front as well. For me, I don't think he's going to go there. Is he going to go Arsenal? He's not going to go Arsenal, is he? Allow it. Is he going to go Tottenham? No, Son's there. What's the point? Chelsea, they've just brought in their new guys, the Werners and Havertz, and there's not many spots he's going to go to. Is he going to swap us for the other claret and blue if they get into the Champions League? No, it's not going to happen. So I think I don't think it's as clear cut that he's going to leave us, but we need Europe, innit? Grealish is 25, 26 years of age. He needs to be in European football and involved. Now, the amount of effort, the amount of ball retention that he has, the amount of, as you just said, the ball goes through him. When he's not there on the pitch, we're dead, We're not supposed to. We weren't supposed to beat Fulham. I don't know how we beat them.
So, Villa's last 6 from the 3rd of February.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to West Ham.
Mm-hmm. What was the score? They beat us up, innit?
1-3.
The not so doo-doo.
Lost
a couple of goals.
Lost to Spurs. 0-2.
Yeah.
That's 2 losses. Then they went 2 draws. That's Newcastle and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Lost to Sheffield United.
Yep.
And beat Fulham 3-1.
That's what I'm saying.
So are we also saying that if Grealish was on there, the results would have been different or better?
100%. If Grealish was there, the results would have been different because we would have had more possession, more ball retention, better delivery as well, a lot more guile, a lot more directness. Yeah, 100%. We would have picked up some more points. But those results prove what I'm talking about. Even Sheffield United, who are 100% doo-doo rock bottom, are going down. Even they dealt with us, man. And this is the thing. And I look at it, and don't be fooled by that non-streetwise situation that Fulham have. Like, if it was any other team, they would have shut us out, man. Like, did we see what Mings? Let me not get annoyed today. Right. The point is, without Grealish, I don't know who we can bring in that will be able to replace him, because there's no way we're going to be able to get someone of that standard to replace him. I like El Ghazi. I like Traore. I like Trezeguet. I like them is the key words. No, I don't love them. They're not Brummy through and through. They don't know what it's like to be an Aston Villa boy through and through. You know what I mean?
How many
pictures have come up all over social media of him when he was 7, 8 years of age, season ticket holder and everything? Do you know what I mean? Are they going to react to the same way that he did at St. Andrews when he got clapped in the head, banged in a goal, silenced the fact? They're not going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I don't know what Villa will be like without him, man. This is going to be an issue, but I can see him leaving.
Yeah, but you need to tell me the team that you've analysed where he could possibly go. You haven't actually told me the team you think he will.
Liverpool. I said Liverpool. I said Liverpool at the beginning.
You said you could see him there. You didn't say that's where he'll end up.
Apologies. If we're talking about just the UK, Liverpool. Because I agree with you. I don't see, unfortunately, British players just don't seem to be brave enough to go elsewhere. I don't know why, but they don't seem to be brave enough.
And let's say he's brave enough, where do you think he will go?
If he was brave enough, it's time for you to laugh at it, right? If he was brave enough, I would go. I'd go Real Madrid, right? I'd go Real Madrid, or I would go to Juventus. Now is the perfect time as a footballer to go to Juventus, and I'll tell you why. Because they're going through a serious.
Or as a footballer, or
Grealish. As Grealish, apologies, right?
Okay.
As Grealish, now is the perfect time to go to Juventus. The reason why it's the perfect time is because it's no secret that Cristiano Ronaldo wants to play through the middle, right? The likelihood of them keeping Morata is very, very slim. Perfect time to go there, to go and play on the right-hand side, to go and glide through. Or you go sit in the midfield and you take on Rabiot, Ramsey, and them guys. I'm telling you for free, this guy could get into that team. I'm telling you, don't laugh about it. It's serious business. Do you know what I mean? It's serious business. He can get in there. I don't know why you're laughing too hard, right? The guy can get in the team.
Well, Jack Grealish, if you're listening, man, Real Madrid or Juve, you could walk into those teams, man.
I didn't say he could walk into Real
All,
Madrid's team. I said he
all,
could walk into Juventus's team.
all you need to do is be brave, son. Be
Be
brave.
brave. Go and learn some Italian.
Yeah. Ladies and
Mika Richards
gentlemen,
did it.
ladies and gentlemen, it's been another episode of Grassroot Chats with my friend, good friend here, Dwayne P. Frank. Please follow us and drop your comments below on YouTube, Instagram, and we shall see you next week when we have the lads in for more sporting conversations. Till
What, them
then, enjoy
Gooners? They're coming
yourself.
back.
Sorry.
The Gooners coming back again.
Oh yes, they'll be back next week. And
For what? For what? What are we going to talk about?
Well,
What? Bottom half.
stay tuned.
They're close, you know. They're close.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from
DP Frank. Yeah.
All
What's
right.
good?
Follow him on his bets and predictions on Instagram and YouTube, and we shall see you soon.
Quick prediction, because we only got 6 minutes. Real Madrid will beat Liverpool 2-1, home and away, 4-2 on aggregate.
You've heard it from the betting connoisseur himself.
Let's see what happens in it.
Peace.
All right.
Uh-huh.